Hi students, welcome to Shekhar's history classes. We are doing this video as part of history through mains question series. In this video we will analyze, describe the effects of Alexander's invasion of India. Alexander invasion started in 300 BC. Now if we compare who are the rulers when Alexander reached northwestern part of India, Nanda Empire was ruled here. So Nanda Empire was there in the Indian subcontinent. While Nandas were ruling, here Alexander reached northwestern part of India. If we see the map, here during 6th century BCE, it was the age of Mahajanapadas, and gradually Magadha became very powerful, and by the time Nandas came, a Magadha Empire became a very powerful empire. Now here you can see this is the empire of Nandas when Alexander reached northwestern part of India. Before reaching Alexander, Achaemenid Empire or Iranian Empire also reached northwestern parts of India, and they conquered northwestern parts of India, and they made northwestern part of India as one of their satrapi. That means it is one of their important provinces. It was the 20th province of Achaemenid Empire, and it gave a lot of income also for that empire. These were the developments in 500 BCs. But because of the contacts between India and Iran, the knowledge about India also went to Europe. And the historians like Herodotus, they projected India, or they popularized India's wealth in European culture and European society. This has triggered the imagination of Europeans to reach India and to take the wealth of Indians. So this is how the imagination of Alexander also inspired by these stories, fabulous stories, and he also wanted to reach India. But between Europe and India there is Achaemenid Empire. This was the Achaemenid Empire, and it was one of the very powerful empires in 5th and 4th century BCs. Now first Alexander started his journey from here, and he started conquering this area and finally reached northwestern part of India. Because of this conquest, northwestern part of India became part of Greek Empire or Alexander Empire. Because of this, here you can see the roots when Alexander invaded different parts of the world and finally reached northwestern part of India. Here famous battle of Hydaspes on river Jhelum also fought in this location. Now after this battle, many northwestern parts of India became part of Greek Empire. Because of the interaction between Europeans and Indians, a peculiar developments took place in the northwestern part of India. The crux of this question is we have to describe the effects of Alexander's invasion of India. So these are the broadly the impact of European or Alexander's invasion of India. Europe and India. It is the first occasion that ancient Europe came into close contact with India. Till this time, Europe was connected with India through Iranian Empire or Achaemenid Empire. Through Iranians or Achaemenids, Europeans were trading with Indians, or they were knowing about Indians through Iranians. But for the first time, when European Empire itself reached northwestern part of India, directly Europeans and Indians started interacting. So this is for the first time in the human history. And next, trade contacts also increased because of this, and trade routes, land trade routes also, at the same time sea trade routes also flourished because of these contacts. One of his friends, one of Alexander's friends, Nearchus, he even tried to explore the sea route from here, from the mouths of Indus River to Persian Gulf or the river Euphrates. So this kind of experiments also enabled Indians to find different trade routes between India and Europe. Because of the Alexander's invasion, wherever he went, he tried to establish new towns. Here you can see many town areas. Here in the name of Alexandria, you can see in present day Afghanistan area, present day Pakistan area, you will find many important town areas. These towns, Alexandria, here also you can find different towns. Because of these settlements, emergence of town cities emerged. Many Greek merchants, craftsmen also settled, and because of these settlements, Indian merchants and Greek merchants started interacting with each other. Many Greeks settled in this location. A peculiar type of culture developed, and they were called Indo-Greeks. And later, these Indo-Greeks emerged as important kingdoms also emerged out of this empire, and they shared ideas and systems as well. When Greeks came in contact with northwestern part of India, they tried to record the history. Because of the records of history, it became easy for Indian historians also to reconstruct Indian history. What were the developments going on when Alexander reached northwestern part of India? So emergence of cities and accounts, historic accounts, this helped Indian historians to analyze important historical developments and also to develop accurate dates and develop Indian chronology. The presence of Alexander's army and their merchants and the historical accounts helped to understand socio-economic developments in the northwestern part of India as well. For example, these accounts mention about sati system, sale of girls in the marketplaces by poor parents, and it also mentioned about fine breed of oxen in northwestern part of India. For example, even today also modern times, Ongol breed is very famous in countries like Brazil in South America. So in those times also, the important or fine breeds of oxen very popular in European society, and Alexander also sent nearly 2 lakh oxen to Macedonia for use in Greece. So this is the kind of fine breed that were there at the Alexander came to Indian subcontinent. Skills, flourishing craft. Indian craftsmen were very skillful. They used to manufacture chariot, boats, ships, and because of this, now Greeks also utilized the skills of Indians. Skills exchange also took place between Indian skillful artisans and also European artisans. Politically, here so many petty small states were there. Because of Alexander's invasion, many small kingdoms were merged with the Alexander Empire. When Alexander died and when new Greek kings emerged, it became easy for here after Alexander, Chandragupta Maurya, he overthrew Nanda Empire and he established Mauryan Empire. So this was the immediate development after Alexander's invasion, and it became easy for Chandragupta Maurya to conquer these areas and to unify northwestern part of India or to integrate northwestern part of India with the Indian mainland. So this was one of the important political effect of Alexander invasion of India. So these are broadly the effects of Alexander's invasion. We are talking about 320 BCs. Around 320 BCs, when Nanda Empire was here, Nanda Empire was there. Around this time, Alexander reached northwestern part of India and he conquered northwestern part of India. Very small kingdoms were merged with Alexander Empire. Because of this development, interaction between Indians and Greeks emerged. These interactions gave a special different effects on northwestern part of India and India. So these are the broad effects of Alexander invasion. If we recap, first time in the history Europeans came into contact with India. Many trade routes developed, many cities also developed. Historical accounts helped Indian historians to develop Indian chronology. Socio-economic conditions of northwestern part of India are also known by these developments. And skillful artisans, they exchanged the trade, they exchanged the technology and their skills also. Politically, northwestern part of India, small petty states were destroyed. It paved way for Mauryans to expand into northwestern part of India. So these are effects of Alexander's invasion of India. Thank you.